Welcome to the Deep Dive. We look at interesting info and help you understand it fast.
Yeah, quick and easy.
Today we're diving into some English phrases you hear, well, pretty much all the time in everyday chats.
That's right. We're going to look at them in action through a conversation between two people, Alex and Riley. They meet again after a conference.
Right, and they'd had a good chat earlier about foreign investment or something, so it starts off positive.
It does. But
Yeah.
then comes that moment. Alex, he forgets Riley's name.
Oh, yeah. That slightly awkward feeling. I think most of us have been there.
Definitely happens. And actually, this whole interaction is packed with really useful, common English.
So that's our mission for this deep dive. Unpack those key phrases, those little bits of conversation, so you can understand them better and, maybe use them yourself.
Exactly. Shall we start with the first one?
Let's do it. Alex mentions he's in a bit of a hurry. What exactly does that mean?
Okay, in a bit of a hurry. It basically just means you don't have much time, you need to move quickly, or you can't stop for long. People use it a lot, just in normal situations. Let's say an example nice and clear. I'm in a bit of a hurry, so I need to go now.
Okay, so it's polite, like maybe you need someone to drive faster. You could say, clearly, can you drive a little faster? I'm in a bit of a hurry.
Perfect example. Or maybe someone calls you, but you can't talk. You might say, nice and clearly, I can't talk right now, I'm in a bit of a hurry.
So it's just the handy way to signal you're short on time.
Exactly. Polite and common.
Okay, next phrase. Alex and Riley swap business cards, and the idea of contact details comes up. What falls under contact details?
Good question. Contact details.
Yeah.
Well, that's all the information someone needs to get in touch with you. Usually it's your name, your phone number, and your email address. Maybe a work address sometimes too if it's a business card.
Gotcha.
So when Alex and Riley give each other their cards, they're basically exchanging their contact details, sharing that info so they can connect later on.
Makes sense. Simple enough. Now, this next one is key to the awkward moment. Slipped my mind. Alex says this when he blanks on Riley's name.
Right. Slipped my mind. This means you forgot something, but like accidentally. It wasn't intentional.
Okay.
The thought just, poof, disappeared from your memory for a moment. Here's an example. Let's say it slowly. I'm sorry. I forgot to call you back. It just slipped my mind.
Okay, I see. Or maybe it's someone's birthday and you forgot. You might say, clearly, oh no, it's your birthday today. It completely slipped my mind.
Exactly. And you can hear it. It often has that slightly apologetic tone, right?
Yeah, like you feel a bit bad about forgetting.
Mm-hmm. Shows a little embarrassment maybe or regret.
Okay, let's look at some location words. Alex asks Riley, do you live around here? What's around here mean?
Around here just means nearby, close to where we are right now in this general area.
So he's asking if she lives close to where they're standing talking.
Precisely.
Then Riley says her office is right around the corner. How's that different? Is it just closer?
Yeah, right around the corner means really close, like super close, maybe just on the next street or a very short walk away. It implies it's very easy to get to.
Okay, so around here is nearby. Right around the corner is like really nearby.
You got it.
Yeah.
Very convenient.
And then there's around there. How does that one work?
Around there. That means close to a different place that you're talking about, not where you are now.
Okay.
So for example, if you're talking about, say, Los Angeles, and someone says, slowly, I used to live around there. It means they lived near Los Angeles, but not necessarily in it, and definitely not where you are currently standing.
Right. So recap. Around here, close to us now, right around the corner, super close to us now. Around there, close to that other place we mentioned.
Perfect summary. Those little words make a big difference in specifying location.
Okay, another useful phrase that came up. Terrible with. Riley says, I'm terrible with names too. What does being terrible with something mean?
It means you're really bad at it. Like you find it very difficult.
Yeah.
Here's an example. Let's say it clearly. I'm terrible with numbers. I always make mistakes.
Right. Or maybe someone gets lost all the time. They could say, slowly, I'm terrible with directions. I always get lost.
That's a classic one. Or I'm terrible with faces. I often don't recognize people I've met before. Meaning it's hard to remember what people look like.
Yeah, I can relate to some of those. It's just a clear way to say this is not my strong point.
Exactly. A real weakness in that area.
Now let's switch gears slightly. At the start of their chat, Alex says, how's it going? How does that compare to just saying, how are you?
Yeah. How's it going? It's basically the same thing as how are you or how are you doing?
But maybe more. Casual.
Definitely. It's very natural, very friendly. People use it a lot when greeting someone informally. It just sounds a bit more relaxed.
So good to use with friends or people you know casually.
Yeah. Instead of always this slightly more formal, how are you? How's it going? Sounds very natural in everyday English.
Good tip for sounding more comfortable. Okay, let's circle back to that awkward moment. Alex forgets Riley's name, and Riley says, "Don't worry about it. It happens to me all the time. I'm terrible with names, too."
Why is that such a great response?
Oh, it's brilliant, isn't it? It's so kind because it immediately makes Alex feel less embarrassed.
Right. Takes the focus off his mistake.
Exactly. By saying, "Oh, it happens to me, too, and I'm also bad at this," she normalizes it. She shows empathy. It actually kind of creates a little connection there.
Yeah, smooths things over really nicely. Have you ever forgotten someone's name like that?
Oh, absolutely. More times than I'd like to admit. Especially maybe in a work setting. You meet a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's tricky.
Tell me about it. It's never a comfortable feeling. So what can people actually do in that situation when your mind just goes blank on a name?
Well, the conversation we're looking at hints at a couple of strategies. One classic trick is asking for their business card again.
Ah, clever. Because the name's right there. Exactly. You can pretend you misplaced the first one or just want to make sure you have it. You get the name without having to say, I forgot your name.
That's a good one. Any others?
Another one mentioned is asking for their email address.
How does that help?
Well, people's full names are usually in their email address.
Yeah.
Or in their email signature. So if you ask them to email you something or ask for their email to send them something, you'll likely see their name written down.
Smart. Both are pretty subtle ways to get the information.
Yeah, they help you recover the name without drawing too much attention to the fact that you forgot it in the first place.
Great practical tips. Okay, should we do a quick review of these phrases?
Good idea. Let's do meaning, then the phrase. So how are you? But more casual.
How's it going?
Close to here.
Around here.
What about very close by, maybe the next street?
Right around the corner.
Okay. Moving quickly. Don't have much time.
In a bit of a hurry.
The information needed to get in touch.
Contact details.
Forgotten, but not on purpose.
Slipped my mind.
Being very bad at something.
Terrible with.
And lastly, close to that other place we talked about.
Around there.
Nice. How about we try them in some quick sentences? You start, I finish.
Okay. Excuse me, is there a bank?
Around here.
My favorite coffee shop is just...
Right around the corner.
Sorry, I can't really talk for long. I'm...
In a bit of a hurry.
Let me give you my card. It has my...
Contact details.
I totally meant to email you yesterday, but it just...
Slipped my mind.
Don't ask me for directions. I'm...
Terrible with directions.
Fantastic. So getting comfortable with these common phrases, it really can help you navigate everyday English conversations more smoothly, more confidently.
Absolutely. And just remembering that everyone forgets things sometimes. Names, appointments, you name it. Even native speakers.
That's true.
Knowing a few polite ways to handle those little moments like Riley did, that's a really valuable skill too.
Definitely. So here's a little something for you, our listeners, to think about. Where else might you use phrases like in a bit of a hurry or terrible with? Can you think of other situations? Or maybe reflect on how you usually handle it when a name perhaps slips your mind. Thinking about your own life helps make these phrases stick.